Stop waiting for permission. Your parent said no, but the medication is still being missed. The falls are still happening, and the house is still unsafe. At what point does respecting their decision become helping them stay in danger? Dad said no, so now what are you going to do?
Hey loves, welcome to A Touch of Love Talks podcast. I'm Lovey Baxter, family nurse practitioner, master's level social worker, and certified dementia practitioner. I'm so glad you're here. This is a safe space to talk about the challenges of taking care of your aging family member. I'm going to teach you how to protect your peace. Make sure you are informed and supported through this difficult journey. So you made it. You're in the right place at the right time to get the right information. Get comfortable, kick back, and let's dive in.
Hey, loves. Welcome back to A Touch of Love Talks, the podcast where you're in the right place at the right time to get the right information. Today, we're talking about what happens when you know your parent is no longer safe at home, but they make you feel so guilty for even considering placement. I am helping a family through this exact situation right now. And I wanted to talk about it because a lot of people are struggling with the same thing. Their parent wants to remain at home. The family knows it's no longer safe, but every placement conversation ends with the parent making them feel as though moving them would be a big family betrayal. Now the family's frozen. Nobody wants to do anything. Nobody even wants to have the conversation. They know something needs to change, but they are afraid of upsetting their parent, being judged by others, family members talking crazy to them, or just simply carrying the guilt for the rest of their lives. So what do? They keep hoping their parent will eventually say, you know what? You're right. I'm ready to move. Now, Y'all know that may never happen. The family may never receive the permission they are waiting for. So what do? We can talk around it all day, but at some point, somebody has to decide. Now, this family letter is a little bit different that I got this time. Usually when one of my loves writes in, it's with a question and they ask for my advice. This time, the daughter sent me an actual letter that she wrote to her dad because she's hoping that it will convince him to move into a care home. Child. Let me tell y'all something. Now, y'all know I have a whole alphabet behind my name, right? But editor-in-chief is not in that lineup. So, I'm not going to grade her on punctuation or sentence structure, but I am here to listen to the heart behind the letter. I promise you I will. But let me tell you, if this family is waiting for the perfect combination of words or sentences or whatever to make the dad or mom suddenly say, you're right, I'm packing my bags, let's go and move, you may be waiting for a long time. So let me pull up the letter, okay? Here we go. Dear Dad, I kind of miss Dear Lovey, but anyway, we'll keep moving on. Let me not get distracted. Dear Dad, I need you to understand that I am not trying to take your life away. I am trying to protect the life you still have. That was good. I know you want to stay in your home. I know this home represents your independence, your memories, your everything you worked for. I understand why leaving feels frightening, but I also see what you may not be willing and able to see. All right, now she's good. The house is no longer safe for you. I worry about you falling, your medications. I worry about you eating. I worry about what could happen when no one is here. Every time the phone rings, I wonder if something has happened to you. When I try to talk about getting more help, you make me feel as though I'm abandoning you. You tell me that a good daughter would let you remain at home. Ooh, the guilt. You remind me that you cared for me, and now it's my responsibility to care for you. Oh, my. Dad, I love you, but loving you does not mean agreeing to something that is no longer safe. Woo. Yes, I can tell she's been listening to my podcast. I have tried to respect your wishes and make the house work while managing my own family, health, work, and life. I am tired, afraid, and overwhelmed. I cannot continue pretending everything is fine simply because the truth is painful. Placing you in a care home does not mean I'm giving you away. It means I'm making sure you have meals, medications, assistance, supervision, companionship, and someone available when you need help. Come on, girl. You may be angry. You may disagree with me and not understand the decision right now. But now I have to make a decision. I would rather have you upset with me in a safe environment than have something happen because I was too afraid to make a decision. I'm not choosing a care home instead of you. I am choosing safety. Wow. I love you enough to make the difficult decision, even if I have to make it without your blessings. Love, your daughter. O to the M to the G. She has been listening to A Touch of Love Talks, the podcast. I can tell. And that makes me so excited because not only did you tell your dad how you felt. You shared your feelings, which is very, very important. But you also told him, look, Dad, this is not what we're doing. This is not safe. You spelled it out so clearly. And most importantly, you respected him. You respected your boundaries and you spoke the truth. Girlfriend, I am not mad at you at all. This is amazing. You did the right thing. So I want to tell you, I hear the love in this daughter's letter. Oh my goodness, it just warms my heart. So she's not trying to get rid of her father. This is a daughter who has been obviously trying, worrying, watching, rearranging her life, and carrying the fear of what could happen when she's not there, right? Did y'all hear that in the letter? She spelled it out for us. She knows she loves him. She's asking me whether making a decision he does not want makes her a bad daughter. And y'all already know my answer. N-O. No. No. Making an unpopular decision does not automatically make it the wrong decision. Y'all know I like pushing the limits. So come on now. We have all made decisions that somebody did not like. Them not liking it does not mean that you were wrong. It doesn't. The letter is loving, it's honest, and it's respectful. Now, but it may not make her father agree. He may still be angry and still say no. If his approval is the only thing that will allow this family to move forward, then family, y'all are going to be stuck indefinitely. You will, because the letter gives the daughter an opportunity to communicate her feelings and her love, but it will not get permission. Listen, you got to tell your father the truth. This letter can open the conversation, but it cannot make the decision for you. I'm sorry. It was greatly written, girl. You did your thing. But it's not going to probably get your dad to say, okay, let's do it. So let's talk to the parent. When an older adult says, you're not putting me in a home, we have to listen for what is underneath those words, right? Y'all know at the end of the day, I'm going to advocate for my seniors because that's what I do. So they may not be refusing care. They're just afraid. Listen, their home represents independence. It represents their memories. It holds on to everything that they've known. It's a place where they've raised their children, celebrated holidays, cared for their spouses, and built their lives. So to the family, the house is a safety risk. To the parent, it may represent the last part of their life they still control. So leaving can feel like losing everything at once. And I get it. I really do. Most of us want to remain in our homes. I want to be in my own house too. Oh, but what I want and what I can safely manage may eventually become two different things. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We should acknowledge that fear without dismissing the parent's feelings or acting as if their opinions no longer matter. You know, we have to respect dignity and we have to respect our parents. So understanding their fear does not mean allowing that fear to make the final decision, okay? Fear can explain the behavior without making the unsafe situation acceptable. Now, hear me when I say this. I can understand why you are afraid and still tell you that we cannot keep doing this. Sometimes that fear comes out as anger, tears, or words such as, after everything I've done for you, this is how you repay me. Yeah, they're going to say that because they're scared. Sometimes the parent calls other relatives and tells only the part of the story that's convenient for them. Now, people who do not have to provide the daily care are questioning the caregiver's decision. I get that. We're not worried about them, okay? The daughter who has been carrying everything, now suddenly she feels as if she's on trial and starts to defend herself. We don't need to defend ourselves. I know you probably feel like you have to explain falls and medications, mistakes, sleepless nights. She's neglecting her own responsibility. But still somebody says, well, if that were my parent, I would never place them. Well, we really didn't ask for your opinion, sir or ma'am. It's easy to make those statements when you are not the person doing the work. It's easy to have an opinion when you do not have an assignment. Baby, everybody has something to say until you start passing out the medication schedule, the overnight shifts, the bills. Then suddenly, whoops, everybody's quiet. The decision must be made by those who understand the risk inside the home and what safe looks like and what it requires, okay? Now to the daughter. When does respect become risk? Because that's not what we want. We should always respect our parents, include them in conversations whenever possible. Y'all know I'm big on that. And allow them to maintain as much independence as possible. That's always, always, always going to be important. But here we go. Respecting your parent does not mean ignoring reality. We're not doing that. There's a difference between honoring a preference, okay, and continuing an unsafe situation. Your father may prefer to live alone. That's fine. But the important question is whether he can live alone safely. Your mother may want to live alone. But the question is, can she do it safely? Can they prepare medications, food, remember to eat, get to the bathroom without falling, take a shower without supervision, respond appropriately during an emergency? And loves, let me tell you, we are not looking for perfection. We're not. We're looking at patterns. One bad day is one thing, okay? But doing these tasks over and over and being unsafe with them on a continual pattern, we can't do that. You do not need 20 questions, okay? Look at what is happening in real life. If your parent is repeatedly falling, becoming confused, missing medications, losing weight, wandering, or calling for help throughout the night or day, those are not small inconveniences. Those are huge warnings. They are. You got to listen to them. The family cannot keep changing the definition of safe because they're afraid to make the parent angry. I see families do this all the time. The first fall happens, they call it an accident. Another fall, then they go out and buy a medical alert button. Y'all know the little buttons that you push. Beep, beep, those ones. Then what happens? The parent forgets to wear it. It's just one thing after another. You keep moving the goalposts back. You can't do that. Or this is my favorite one. The parent misses a medication. Then they go out and buy those little medication boxes. I hate those, by the way. Anyway, then the parent takes 2 of the same day's worth of medications. Each time something happens, the family creates another temporary solution. Eventually, they have rebuilt their lives around keeping the parent in a home that is still not safe. Now, everybody's tired, nobody's sleeping, and we are still calling this a plan. Nope, 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 nope. Loves, that is a family surviving from one crisis to the next. And at some point, we have to stop and ask, how can we keep this going? We have to start asking, is this still the right plan? And it's probably not. So let's talk about the last part of this, waiting for permission. One of the biggest mistakes families make is they wait for permission. They're waiting for their parent to say, all right, big announcement, we're ready to move. Loves, the person who is terrified of leaving their home may never give you that public service announcement. You can give them information. You can tour a care home. You can involve them in choosing the room, taking pictures, writing it down. I don't care. They're probably not going to give you the white flag to say, okay, they surrender. It's not going to happen. Readiness cannot be the only standard, okay? Sometimes families say, we're going to wait until something happens. Oh, I had a family tell me that the other day. Something has already happened, or else why are we here? That is the part I need you all to hear. Things have been happening. They have already started happening. You have just cleaned them up so quickly that you stop calling them emergencies. Y'all are operating on crisis mode. The falls, the confusion, the medication mistakes, something has happened. The caregiver is exhausted. The family is already in crises, but without one dramatic emergency, they keep telling themselves, we have more time. Do not wait for an emergency to give you permission to do what you already know needs to be done. Do not wait for that to happen. Do not wait for a broken hip, a fire, the wandering episode, or the hospital to tell you that your parent cannot safely return home. Those are not the calls that we want. A crisis will make the decision for you, but it may not leave you with good choices. I promise you that. When families plan before the emergency, they can tour, they can ask questions, they can select the best environment and create a thoughtful transition. That's so important for my seniors. When they wait for a crisis, they may have to accept whichever place has a bed. And child, you do not want that. Making a decision before the crisis is not rushing. It is planning. There's a difference between rushing somebody and recognizing that you have run out of safe options. So I hope that you all have been helped with something that I've said today. I want the person who wrote in, the daughter that wrote in about her dad, your letter is amazing, but I don't think that it's going to get you the answer that you want, which is, okay, daughter, you know what? The letter made me realize that I'm ready to move. But what I hope that it gets is that it softens your dad's heart. He hears your concern. He hears your frustration, and he hears the love that you have for him. And he decides that you can make the best decision for him. And I hope that you pray about the decision. I hope that you look at the best environments for him. And if there's anything else that I can do to help you make that decision, let me know. All right, loves, I'm out of here because I got some patients to go and see. I got some families to call, and I've got some love to spread. Bye.
All right, loves, that's it for now. If this conversation helped you in any way, then go ahead and subscribe so you can stay connected. And don't forget to hit that bell so you can be in the right place at the right time to get the right information. Hey, until next time, protect your peace and advocate for the one you love.